Right, so it's Tuesday. Tomorrow's good old hump day, Wednesday. But wow, it's beautiful out. The weather is back. The holiday weekend is over. Everybody's going back to doing what they got to do. It's amazing what the weather was. You know, it was just bad weather all weekend. But even if the boat was back, we wouldn't have gone out whale watching because it was just, first off, the whales still are. There's like one or two off of Brooklyn, but there's really nothing down here yet, but there should be any day. The whales will be coming back right on schedule with the boat, so don't worry about it. We're going to be out there, we're going to see it. The boat, they're doing like the last finishing touches this week. Muffler, can you imagine the mufflers on the boat are 3 feet by 4 feet. That's the size of the muffler, right? And there's 3 of them. I'm like, okay, wow. It sounds like some real fabrication job. So they're installing that, and the boat would be in the water, then the Coast Guard, sea trials, Coast Guard looks it over. They examine every square inch of the boat, make sure everything's in compliance. Approve everything. So we got that going on. And then what else so can't wait. The 3 brand new engines. We'll be able to go wherever the whales are. It's going to be like having a brand new boat. What's funny is sometimes people say to me, like, Bill, why did you put this level of money into the boat? Well, to give you an idea, a new one of these boats is probably like $9 to $13 million. So there's a very good reason. I'd definitely be short many millions to buy a new boat and wait 2 years for it to be built. So, can't wait to be out there, really looking forward to it. Brain is a little bit obsessed over things, but watching that terrible weather this weekend made it a little bit easier for me to be like, okay, well, even if the boat was here and all shiny, sparkly, clean, and ready to go, couldn't go out there. And tell you the truth, it's kind of funny. The last few weeks, probably saved myself a lot of money in having to give away free trips out there because, you know, we promised people, like, if you don't see a whale, you come back again for free. And I think I would have given out a lot of certificates in the last month because the whales have been tough to spot, you know. So that's it about that. So the boat Jersey Girl will be back. We can't wait. A job of this size is tremendous. It's new air intakes for the big, when I say huge, for the very powerful 700 horsepower, 3 engines, so 2,100 horsepower of engines we got coming. New air handling system to bring the air into the engine room where the engines breathe. Exhaust system out of the engine room so the engine room doesn't get too hot. New exhaust system, you know, new muffler system, exhaust system like out the back of your car. That's a whole new system in there too. New shafts, new bearings. I think they were able to reuse the struts. But basically, and, you know, all new electronics for the engines. And lots more work than I ever thought I'd be doing at my age. But it'll be good for me and it will be good for the future of the business, whatever that happens to be, whenever I finally decide that, like, I've had enough fun. Time to relax. But as I can't wait for the season to come up. Tall ships, last thing I want to talk to you is about. I'm checking my watch to make sure I don't keep this too long. All right, tall ships. Tickets are selling very well for those events. Come on out with us. Come on out for the official parades. Come on out with us for the viewing that we're going to do and see the boats. By the way, just so everybody understands, we are not walking some gangplank, okay? We're like, in other words, we're not going up there and getting onto, the clipper ship that's coming from Poland, all right? We're not going and doing that. There is some kind of process where you can do that. I honestly know nothing about it, nor do I want to know anything about it, because I've got enough work on my hands and of getting people up there back, see the boats, and the fireworks on July 4th are going to be amazing. So we're going up. How close can we get to the boats? That was a question Carol had asked me over the weekend. We were allowed within 50 to 100 yards of the boats, depending upon which boats they are. So that's pretty close. You don't want to be closer than 50 yards. Just tell you the truth, you're not going to get great photos. The whole boat won't fit in your photo. So 100 yards off, I'm cool with that. Basically, 100 yards off is like saying, the boat's going to be in the sand right here behind me. So that kind of answers that for you. We've got trips June 30th, July 1st, July 2nd. The 3rd and the 4th are expensive trips, and they are like official trips where we will be in the thick of things, and we will absolutely be under the Coast Guard's direction and all the people that are actually running the event. The area that we expect to be, that they've showed us on the map, is right near the Statue of Liberty. What a beautiful spot to watch this from on July 4th morning. I'm trying to give you guys accurate information. So on July 4th morning, we're leaving at 5 a.m. We might even be leaving at 4:30 a.m. We're going to see Coast Guard's talking us being in position by 6 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to start hearing more about that. So we might have to leave even a little bit earlier. It will be worth it. We'll fall asleep on a boat for an hour and a half. We drive up there. I also thought of putting a boat in Jersey City. I have that ability to do that. But to tell you the truth, people that are coming from down the shore, right? People are coming from down the shore. Do you really want to then have to take the train to the path at Newark and switch and take the path into Jersey City to basically save, probably about an hour and a half you could save. Yes, that is a nice savings, and if we're able to pull it off, I'll let you guys know. But I'm kind of like, am I going to kill myself to get this permission to put the boat where I'm very sure I can? Or do we just suck it up and we just get up early and we just go? So that's our situation. It would be a gorgeous morning. Who knows? We'll see some whales on the way up, right? Get a free whale watching trip on the way up. July 3rd in the afternoon is the Class B tall ships. So those ships are going to be in the East River. We'll be up there. We'll see that in the afternoon. As soon as that parade is over, we will use those powerful, expensive engines and head back down to Belmar, get everybody off the boat. That's on July 3rd. And then July 3rd, the evening, we will do Asbury Park fireworks. So we have plenty of time to get back. And being Asbury Park fireworks are all of 5 minutes away, we'll have plenty of time to get to Asbury by 9 p.m. So it's going to be a fun time. And then on July 4th, to restate, that is the early morning trip, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever that happens to be is when we got to leave. And that trip will last until, say, 12:30. That will be the Blue Angels flyover, 200 military aircraft from around the world, naval review, the Gerald Ford aircraft carrier will be there docked. Hopefully we'll be able to see that from our position, because you really can't leave where your position is. Imagine the chaos. So like once the Coast Guard says put the boat right there, that's it. You know, we're supposed to be near the Statue of Liberty. That's what we expect, and we will have a fantastic view of everything. Bring your cameras. Tell your friends who are into photography. It's going to be, I don't know, you know, it's a historic event. I mean, I'll definitely never see another one like this. If you're in your 20s, God bless, you'll see a couple more. But myself, this will probably be it. I never saw the one in '76. I remember the bicentennial because I was in grade school going into high school. So I remember the whole Battle of Monmouth. I got one of those really cool coins. But so then we'll come back on the 4th after that trip in the morning, in the early morning, and then we will switch out the crew and the passengers, and we'll take the passengers that are going to New York City's fireworks. That's going to be amazing. They're going to do the fireworks from the East River, which is where we're supposed to be, and that's where the Coast Guard's telling us we're going to be. And there's going to be fireworks on the Brooklyn Bridge. That will be pretty darn amazing photography. Can't wait to be up there for that. And there'll be fireworks on the Hudson River. So you'll be seeing fireworks from two rivers and the Brooklyn Bridge. And it will be amazing. And that will be a long night. You will get home late, probably like, honestly, 1 o'clock in the morning, because the event will be over. Let's just say it ends, you know, whatever, 10 o'clock, 10:15, something like that. Then the Coast Guard literally tells you when you're leaving. You don't just decide to pull up your anchor and leave. The Coast Guard lets people out in a structured way so that boats aren't crashing into each other. So your section goes, other section goes, who knows, maybe we'll get lucky with being one of the sections that gets to get out of there earlier. But whatever it is what it is. That's why we've got highly paid professional captains who aren't drinking, of course, and their job will be to stay away from all the little boat captains who might have been drinking. I'm not saying anybody is in a little boat, but you know, it is what it is. So we'll be coming back from that, and then we'll go out on the 5th. We'll see some more of it on the 6th. The trip's on the 6th. At least the morning trip is sold out. A couple of camps have taken every seat on the boat for like 2 trips because they want to bring the kids out to see whales and the tall ships. So we're doing that. We might have a trip later in the afternoon on the 6th, and then we'll have the 7th. And they say the boats will still be there on the 8th. They don't have to be in Boston till July 11th. And they're showing that, you know, they're going to have public walk-ons wherever that is. And like I said, I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm trying to watch my time, not make this too long. All right, so I'm going to wrap up. So, boat named Jersey Girl, as you all know, because I beat it into your head every day, right? And I'll read your comments when I get off, if you have any questions. And we'll just take it from there, all right? Book your whale watching trips. If this is the beginning of the weather snapping to beautiful, I mean, I'm wearing a sweatshirt jacket, I don't even need it. It's t-shirt weather already, and it's 9 a.m. So, today, May 20, what are we calling today? May 24th? Whatever day it is. Tuesday. So, I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you very much for watching.